we want to learn and understand. Okay, all right. Yes, I'm reading Sandra, so you don't know. That's very okay. Very fine. Very fine. Sandra, very fine. Yes, kindly confirm. I want to sample, and once I have a good percentage, then I know where to start from. Yes, I can see I was able to take you very fast. Aha. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I can ascertain that we need to really start from a slow mode before you go to the very specific area that we are looking at. So when I look at your answers, and because of time, I can see that most we are actually in between. Others know, others don't know. So class is important for me or for us to speak the same from the same point. So kindly, I will not be able to continue well if members here don't know how to start or use an operating system. So basically, what I'm going to start with is explaining briefly what is an operating system, and then from there, we shall be able to come on board. So kindly, I would like you to have somewhere where you can be able to write the following points, which will enable us to get into track. Like we are actually, it's like we are clearing a field which is full of a bushes and the trees, so we need to clear the trees first before we are labeled. So to start with, I will start by giving you a brief definition of what is an operating system. And this one, basically what I want to tell you is that I will be using some analogies. Let me start from your mobile phone, because I know most of you are using your mobile phones. Whenever you open your mobile phone, for your information, the first application that opens and then gives you the name like Ilfix, Samsung, and then you have Technol. That information that is coming up, and you wait for some time, and then there is an interface which comes on your screen, actually is an operating system. And for your information, that operating system is called Android operating system, the one that we normally use within our mobile phones. In our computers that are in our offices, that's we call them the desktop computers, our laptops that we carry around, they have also an operating system. And this one basically is referred to as Windows Windows operating system. Now, even before I proceed, I would like to define the term operating system so that you can know exactly the meaning of this term we are talking about. This is the main program within a computer system. It's actually the main program within a computer system that coordinates and controls functions of the computer system. Coordinates and controls the functions of the computer system. That's a very brief definition. So the main program. So basically here we are saying without it we cannot do nothing. If I can take you back to your mobile phone, without Android, you cannot be able to open the interface and be able to actually access your numbers and be able to call. So even our computers, without an operating system, we cannot open desktop application program. So we are saying is the main program within the computer system. It is the main program within the computer system that actually controls and coordinates the functions of the computer system. Rodney, I think there's a point. So can we say it's a brain of a computer? Rodney is giving a suggestion, and I would like to clarify that point. Kindly, that's a good point. But to be very specific, the brain of the computer is the central processing unit, the CPU. The brain of a computer is what we call the central processing unit, or what normally are people calling it CPU. And it's actually a physical component which is within the what we call the system unit. Wherever you see a computer, the box-like area, that box-like area, whereby you press and then the computer starts, inside that box, we have what we call the central processing unit, which is the brain, and is actually an hardware. An hardware that is spelled as HARDWARE. These are the physical components that you can touch within a computer. So inside that computer, we have that physical component called the CPU, which is the brain. And for your information, the CPU is controlled by an operating system. So an operating system, actually, it is a software. It is a software. And when you talk about a software, this is a program that controls the hardware. I believe my explanation is making sense. Then another thing about an operating system, normally when you open your computer, this is the first program that opens. It is the first program that will open. Whenever you open, you click and then you press the button of your system unit, the box like, and you press the button of the computer monitor. Then you wait. You are waiting actually for the operating system to open, and to be precise, Windows operating system. When it opens, then it will give you what you call an interface. The interface, it's just the graphical area where we have icons. Like now you can find my computer icon, you can find the recycle bin icon, you can find a network icon, and then we have what you call the start button somewhere within the window. And then there's a very colorful area which is just called the background. So that is an interface which is placed for you so that you can now start clicking and giving information to your computer. So basically, this is the first program that opens, and it is the main program that coordinates and controls the computer system. Another term I want you to get is the term called computer system. A computer system is a collection of the hardware, software, and liveware. Three terms: hardware, software, and liveware. Hardware, these are the physical components that makes up a computer. Physical in the sense that you can touch them, you can feel them, you can see them. For example, the computer monitor, the keyboard, the computer mouse, and even the system unit. Then we have the software. These are a set of instructions that actually the hardware can obey to perform various functions within a computer system. They are actually set of instructions that a computer hardware can obey to be able to perform various functions. So basically we are saying our monitor, our keyboard, computer mouse, the system unit cannot function without the software. Whenever you press your computer and then the computer is opening the software. Whenever you press your mobile phone and the mobile start opening, is opening a software. Without that software called Android in your mobile phone, my brother, my sister, your mobile phone will never work. Your computer can not start. So software is like blood in human being. And to give you a simple analogy, whenever we are living, like today we had a class this morning, and we knew that this class was starting at 9:30. We're able to wake up and actually set ourselves so that we can be able to have this remote conferencing. Indeed, in you there is a software that told your legs, your legs to move from one location to another, your brain to work by moving from ensuring that the hand is moving, you're able to prepare well to be able to work. And then whenever somebody dies, people start crying. Simple. The mind has gone. The physical hardware, which is the body, remains on earth and is buried, but the mind goes. The same case applies to our computers, that whenever a program crashes or gets spoiled, that computer can never be used. So basically, software are actually set of instructions that enable the computer to work. So for you as a learner, you are supposed to learn how a particular software works. And for your information, it's important to know that the first uh, software you're supposed to understand how it works, the basics, is called a system software. And for your information, a system software is actually the software that will always open whenever you open the computer first. And in this case, an example of it is an operating system. And to be precise, a further example of an operating system is actually Windows operating system, which we are talking about here. Now, once you understand on how to use Windows operating system, then you can now use another category of software we call application software. The application software here are these programs that will enable you to do specific tasks within your computer. For example, if I want to type a letter, I will open Microsoft Word program. That one is classified as a word processing software. If I want to make a presentation like now, the one that I'm using to for us to learn, we use what we call a presentation software. Then for us to be able to design what we call newsletters, magazines, and communicate our information to people, then we are going to use another application software which we call desktop publishing program. And in this particular case, we are talking about MS Publisher. So you can see how we are going to move from a system software. After we open the system software and know how to use it, the next procedure is to open what we call an application software and start knowing how to use it. For your information, when you put a program within your computer, which is actually an operating system, then you must also put in application software. So the challenge I have at the moment is making you understand how to start using Windows operating system, because that's where I am seeing the challenges. Class, I'll be very precise, and I don't know whether if I share my window, you'll be able to see. Let me see what you are going to see when I'm sharing this window, so that you can be able to get what I'm talking about. I want to share the window I have so that you can see whether you can yet grasp something on operating system before I proceed. Because even if I proceed and you don't know how to open Windows, my brothers, my sisters, I'll not be making justice to you. Okay. So I'm sure it's not going to be able to be share screen. Okay, I want to see whether you are going to see the shared screen so that we can proceed. Please confirm to me whether you're able to see the screen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Yes. Yeah. I wanted to briefly go through the operating system and then talk about what you are. Yes, thank you. You are saying I really appreciate. I was a bit worried. Now, when we look at this window, you can see I'm seeing all your details. Currently, I am resetting on the operating system. The kind of operating system I'm looking at the moment, I hope you are seeing the window that I'm popping up. Are you seeing that? Please confirm to me.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, let me briefly mention what you are seeing. This area that I'm trying to move the cursor is called the background. This is the background of your Windows. Then on this left side, all what you are seeing here, we call them icons. ICONS. We normally have two types of icons. We have what we call a default icons and user-defined icons. User-defined icons are the icons that normally the user is able to create. Like now, whatever you are seeing here, all these are user icons because they have been created by the person using this computer. But some specific icons like the recycle bin and the others that we can place later are actually created by the operating system and they have specific functions. Then, to be brief, down here there is this horizontal bar which is running from left to right. Normally, this horizontal bar consists of a very important icon called the start button, this one here. When you click on this start button, is configured in a way that it gives you a list of all applications you can access within your computer. You can be able to go through here. So by clicking here, I can be able to remove the pop-up window. And by clicking at it again, I can be able to make it up. So maybe I'm talking about the term clicking and you're wondering, normally clicking is pressing the left button of your mouse once, pressing the left button of your mouse once, when actually the cursor is pointing on a particular icon. You can be able to work on that. Then in this area here is normally used, this one is used for searching. You can be able to search for information by having a keyword, and then this area will enable you to get whether your work is saved within your computer. Then on the other side, whenever you open a program, that program is icon will be placed here. Like now we're working on the desktop publishing program and I'm using the big blue button. Basically, by clicking here, I can be able to bring back my window, and by clicking on it, I can be able to actually deactivate it. So this area is used to actually manipulate the opened programs you're working with. Then we have on the extreme right, normally this one we call the system clock and area whereby you can be able to configure and see your calendar by clicking on it. Then this other corner is used to enable the what you call the keyboard. If your keyboard is not working, you can activate it from there. Then this icon here is used to actually indicate the physical cabling network, internet, whether it's visible and is working well. Then also sound, like now if I want to check my sound, I can simply click here and see whether the sound is okay. And then the other area which is having this kind of icon, which is actually rotating upward, normally the icons that are not visible, you can click and use it. But that's not the most important thing at the moment. The moment is that how do I navigate from here, because our wish is to know how to start a program and then use it. Normally opening programs, you simply click on the start button, the Windows start button, this one, and then here, this section here will always give you a chance. Like now I'm scrolling. Scrolling means I'm moving the cursor downwards to locate for the application I want to open. Then in this case, we are talking about desktop publishing program, and we are using Microsoft program. So basically, I'll have to open a folder called Microsoft Office because that is the one that has the program I'm looking for. So simple, I'll simply come and click on this folder. It will open with a list of applications that are there. And once I know that the application I'm looking for is actually fully installed, meaning that it's working properly, basically what I'm going to do, I will click on that icon. Like now, let me click on Microsoft Office Publisher 207. Once I click on it, that application is going to open, and then I can proceed. Like now, currently you can see it's giving me the Microsoft window, and then it's giving me a chance to get started. So if I need to start from a blank publication, then I'll come on the publication type, click on the blank page size, then simply click on the size of the page I want. If I want an A4 or A3, I click on it, and then I come and click the command create on this area by clicking there, and then I click save. Then finally, that was customization, and then I finally click on this command, still create. I'll be placed on this area. So in this explanation, I wanted to let you know how simple Windows is, that you don't need to think so much hard that you cannot be able to open an application. This is the application we're going to talk about, but my challenge is, are you able to open it? Even before we go far, are you able to open it? Are you able to understand that this is the first window that opens when you open your your computer, and is actually an operating system, and is actually, in this case, this is Windows 10. Then if I want to open an application, I'll click on the start button. Then I scroll looking for Microsoft Office. I scroll looking for Microsoft Office. I click on it once, and then I scroll again looking for Microsoft Publisher. Then I click on it, and then I'll be able to click Start, blank, then Landscape, Create, and then finally I click on this command. I'm able to open this particular application software, which is called MS Publisher. So the essence is, have you understood that Windows operating system, when it's full opened, gives you three interfaces. One, the background. Two, the icons, which you have said there are two types. Like now this one is a default icon because it has been created by the computer. Then you also have the user icons that have been created by you. If you are using this computer, you will be able to see that. And also we have what we call the horizontal taskbar, from here to here. The horizontal taskbar, which is divided into three, whereby we have the start button combined with the search area, the middle section, which indicates the application or the windows you have opened, and the right section, which shows you the system clock time, the network connectivity, and also the sound, the volume of your speakers. So for me to open an application, I simply click on the start button of Windows. When the pop-up window comes, I scroll looking for Microsoft Office. I click on it, and then I go down looking for the specific application I want to use, application software. Then I click on it, and then I proceed by clicking start, blank, then create. I'm able to start that particular application. So kindly, if you have followed, confirm to me that it is clear, at least you have a meaning of an operating system. If maybe you have been using it without knowing that's an operating system, also confirm for me so that we can proceed. Confirm so that we can proceed. I've stopped sharing so that we can talk. Confirm to me that at least you have an insight. Oh, Joy was not hearing. All of you, does it mean that you are not hearing me? Class, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, it's okay. I believe Joy now you're okay. So please confirm to me that you understood the meaning of operating system. Those who are using the headphone, please mention something. What have you understood by the term operating system, and specifically Windows? I am not going to leave that particular area until you mention something, what you have understood about an operating system. You can chat. There's no problem, because that way we are going to see whether we can proceed. This was instituted by a number of us that we are wondering what's an operating system. Now, please confirm whether you have understood the meaning of an operating system and the purpose for it. Okay, multiple typing, and if you're having the microphone on, you can also use it so that we don't waste a lot of time and proceed well. I believe you are writing those points somewhere, because they weren't. They just came in from our research and understanding that we were able to start from understanding first the operating system. And this is not a class for operating system, but we will be incorporating the skills of operating systems as we proceed, because we want to make you all around learners who are able to move around their computer systems and be able to work with it without having a problem. Yes, I'm still seeing multiple typing. Kindly confirm so that I can proceed. Very well. Job is very okay. That's okay. Yes, Martin is also saying, so the OS acts as a link between the hardware and the user. Very well. That's very true. The hardware does not understand the user, and the user does not understand how the hardware works. So in between, we must have what you call an interface or a link. Indeed, the OS is a link. It's like when somebody is preaching in an English, and then the people who are listening cannot understand. So we must have somebody who can interpret the preacher when he's speaking to the people in that locality. That's very right, Martin. Very well, Monk Jul. I think that's very okay. Very well said. I see. That's very fine. We are doing well. That's very all right. So I was not hearing you when you are explaining, but I'm trying to. Okay, Joy is still having. Now, Joy, you can hear me? Okay. So I think Joy is having a challenge, but never mind. We are going to work on that challenge of sound. I believe the sound is having an issue, and then we are going to work on that. Okay. Okay. I think this is fine. We are doing well. Now, because of we need to go to a particular area where we are interested in publishing. So before I go to there, I want to conclude our definition of a computer system. Remember, we said it's combined of the hardware, software, and liveware. The liveware is the human being. So whenever you are using your mobile phone, you should know that you are controlled by the operating system Android. When you tap, like now you are looking for a folder and then you are tapping, or you want to log into a particular folder, you want to open your WhatsApp, you're actually using Android operating system in your mobile phone. So it controls you. Same case applies. Like when I was click on the start button, I am actually controlled by the operating system to give commands to this particular computer so that it can open a particular program. So the liveware is you, the human being. All right. Now, let us now embark on our lesson today. You can see we have not even talked of anything. So today, I really wanted us to know how we can be able to start MS Publisher and be able to understand some specific steps. I would like to know that I've started from this particular point whereby we have, there's a window that is not visible. It was initially visible. We were talking about steps of opening a desktop publishing program. Steps of opening a desktop publishing program. If I can share the window again, I'm trying to share it again. Mhm. Okay. Yes. Yeah, there's this window that is not appearing. Now, let me give you the steps of opening. Let me give you the steps of opening desktop publishing program very fast. You can write them down because despite the fact they are not visible on the other side, I think there's a technical glitch, but I can give them. So the first step is to click when Windows opens. So basically, I'll be very brief and to the point so that you don't waste a lot of time. You always click on the Windows Start button. So I'll give you the key points. You click on Windows Start button. And remember, I remember saying the Windows Start button is the one that on the right, which has actually the division of 4 divisions. You click on it. You click on the Windows Start button. Then after clicking on the Windows Start button, you scroll. The keyword is scrolling. You saw me scrolling. You scroll looking for Microsoft Office folder. Kindly note that. You scroll looking for Microsoft Office folder. You scroll looking for Microsoft Office folder. Step number 3. You click on that folder to open. You click on that folder to open it. You click on that folder to open it. Step number 3, you click on the folder to open it. Step number 4, you scroll looking for Microsoft Office Publisher. You scroll looking for Microsoft Office Publisher. Then click on it to open. Click on it to open. Click on it to open. The next procedure. On the Microsoft Publisher window that appears on your screen, on the Microsoft Publisher window that appears on the screen, click on the new blank page. Click on the new blank page. Click on the new blank page. Then select the orientation. Select the orientation. In this case, select the orientation. In this case, click on landscape or portrait. You click on landscape or portrait. Click on landscape or portrait. Then click on the command create. You 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 click on the command create. So with those few steps, class, you will be able to open. You'll be able to open Microsoft Publisher. So currently, I'm giving the steps, the steps that have been given there. I've given you, but I've summarized them in a better way. That you click on the start button, then you click on all programs. Remember, this is when you're using Windows 7, but when you're using Windows 10, you simply scroll. So this one is replaced by scrolling, and then you look for this folder called Microsoft Office. You click on it, then followed by scrolling along looking for Microsoft Office Publisher. You can see class I was silent on this because we have different versions of Publisher. 207 is one of the very powerful one, and mostly the one that have come by, that is 2010, 2013, version 2016, version 2019. All of them have been built by the building blocks of 207. But we will be learning both. We'll be learning all of them so that we don't lag behind, in the sense that we are learning particular version, yet if you go to another computer or another place, another organization, you'll find that yet they're using a different one. So maybe we'll be embarking on the most recent one, so that because technology moves very fast, we shall be leading with the most recent one so that we don't look like we are behind. But also we encourage that you also master 207 is one of the best. In fact, the other subsequent versions that have come, they have really used extensively the features of 207. In this case, the next procedure after you click, definitely there is a window that I said will come. That window, when it comes, you're supposed to click on the blank page size icon, which is on the top left. Then finally you click on the icons you'll be given. There's one called portrait, there's another one called landscape, but you check the paper size, the A4 size, A3, you click on it, and then finally you click create. Those basic steps will open Publisher for you, and you will have done something good to you, because if you have never opened it before, then definitely you'll have opened it by using those procedures. So if I can continue, I wanted to briefly mention parts of the Publisher publication window. Once you open, what do you expect? And I'll take some few minutes discussing those areas so that you get acquainted to them before even you start now entering information. When you successfully open Microsoft Publisher and you create a new file, the new file will open with what you are currently seeing on the screen. For you to be able to use Publisher well, it's very important to understand those parts, because they will assist you to actually continue using. So I'll start from the beginning. The title bar. Whenever you open an application, it gives you the name of the application and the name of the file. Like currently on this particular window which we are using to learn, you find that the name of the application is Publisher. And when you create a file which has not been saved, it will be given the name Publication 1. And then this particular name will change. This particular name will change when actually you save your file. And it's very important for you to know that once you open a new file, the next step is to save that file. You don't continue entering content or information in your file, yet you have not saved. It's important and very paramount for you to actually save your file. We are going to look on that. So this section called the title bar has three major areas. One, the title of the application and the title of the name, or the name of the file you are working on. Then on your extreme right, this section whereby you are seeing these icons is normally called the quick access section. The quick access sections normally has the patterns that you frequently use within your computer. Like now, if I want to save this file, I will get an icon or a button for saving. If I want to undo changes that I've made without my knowledge, I can get the undo command here. So basically this area can be customized. The word customization means you can add and remove functions that you want to use. For example, you find that you're opening programs, or rather you're opening files always, you can actually bring in the icon for opening here by clicking and then inserting it. We shall be looking on that. Then on your extreme right, we have the closing button. The center one normally is called the resizing button. You can increase the size of the window by clicking on it or reduce it. And then the other one here is called the minimizing button. This one temporarily removes the window from the screen down to the taskbar, which I mentioned initially. And then when you click on it on that taskbar, it can pop up. Maybe you wanted to look on something, you can always click on that. So this area, collectively, we call it the title bar. And the name title bar KB because of the two distinct naming. The name of the application, like now in this case a publisher, and the name of the file you're working with. Then below the title bar, we have a very big section from here to here. Now this area is called a ribbon. In fact, you'll be working with it. The ribbon normally comprises of two main parts. We have what we call the menu. The menu commands are actually file, home, insert, page design, mailing, review, view, and help. For you to say that you know how to use this application very well, you will have to master the various commands that are main commands: home command, insert command, page design command, mailings, review, view, and help. Then when you click on any main command, it brings along what we call the tools associated with it. Like currently, if you can look, there is this underlining on home command. So currently we are seeing the tools or the icons that are associated with the home command, which we can use to be able to affect our content when you place it here. If you are to click on insert, also insert will open with these tools and icons that can be used under insert. If you click on page design, you will also find the icons associated with it. So for you to be able to manipulate your work well, and you want to use your work well, you should know that once you click on a main command, it is associative icons comes. Once you click on insert command, it is associative icons and tools will appear. You click on page design, it is icons and the commands will come. So it's for your information to know that with time you should know these icons and how you can use them to be able to affect your content when you are typing it within this typing area or the page area. So the combination of the menu and this tool, which are associated with each particular menu, is what we call the ribbon. I believe I'm clear. The ribbon, I believe I'm very clear on that. Then below the ribbon, we have the rulers. Normally, they are called the horizontal and the vertical ruler. There are two. These two rulers, they are normally used for what we call setting up the page. Setting up the page means that you can resize your page so that you can have what we call margins. Margins, like now if you look keenly on this particular window, you can see from here to here there is a space left before this particular demarcation line comes. Normally this is called the top margin, the space that is left at the top of the page. And also if you come down here, you'll see we have some space from here to here. Now this one is called the bottom margin. And then this one from here to here normally is called the right margin, and then from here to here is normally called the left margin. So these spacings are controlled by the ruler. Like now if you want to increase this the top and bottom margin, you can use this ruler. We are going to look at it, the vertical ruler. If you want to add, if you want to decrease if you want to decrease the bottom and the top margins, you'll have to come and you simply pull like now if you want to increase, you can just come and drag. You drag this section and this particular area will go downwards. Then if you want to increase and decrease the right and left margin, you will use the horizontal ruler. By dragging like that, you can increase or decrease accordingly. I'm simply trying to make you understand the overview, so don't worry about the specifics. Those ones will come later. The moment is that we are trying to understand the window we are going to work with and the tools that we are going to find when working with it. The next point is called the publication page. This is the section whereby you are going to be putting objects. This is the area whereby you are going to be putting what we call text. All will be appearing there, or will be appearing here. Okay, I believe you are doing well. You can see Joyce is typing. Let me see. Or have I taken you on a marathon? maybe let me know, because I'm seeing Joy is typing. I believe you are doing well. I believe you are doing very well. And if that is the case, okay, can we confirm? Kindly let us help our sister. Let's confirm. Are you the rest? If you have a mic, can you put it on and let me hear whether you are hearing me? Anybody with a mic? Just speak.
Yes. Yes.
You are getting. Do we have a break? Am I clear? Yes, am I clear? Kindly confirm. Confirm. Okay, you should check. Just check your headphone and confirm to me whether you are now okay, because I would like to miss end point. Confirm. Can see the rest are very much okay. Confirm. Okay, that's very okay. I think Joe, there's a challenge with your headphone. Confirm. Check your headphone. Just check your headphone and see whether it's clear. Check your headphone. Oh, you're okay now. Very well. Now let us proceed. So so far we have an insight on the title bar, the ribbon, the rulers, and the page application area. Then we have what we call the page navigation pane. This section, normally when you're going to create a application with, let's say, 10 pages, and you simply want to go to page 10, you simply click on one of it. Like now you can come and click, like now currently you only have one. That's why you are seeing only one, and this is one, meaning that this is a small area that is representing this. The technical term that we normally use to call this area where we have pages is called the thumbnail. Thumbnail, spell as THUMB, nail as NAIL. The thumbnail is actually a replica of the normal page that you are looking on that area. So what is the purpose of the page navigation pane? Normally is used to enable the designer to move or to quickly open or bring into view a particular page within the publication. You can, by clicking on the thumbnail of that particular page, the page will appear automatically. So if you add another page here and then click on it, it will be appearing on this section. The other area that is called the scroll bar. Normally there are two depending on the window, but the one that comes automatically is what we call the horizontal scrolling bar. This one here. Normally this one enables you to move from left to the right. You can move from left to the right, or if also your content is big, you can have also what you call the vertical scrolling bar here, moving up and down. And the purpose for moving that like that is for mainly for viewing the content. By moving like that, you can be able to view your content as you are designing it. So basically these are used for viewing your content, and the scrolling means moving. The term scrolling means moving. Then below the scroll bar, we have what we call the status bar. Status bar, its main purpose is to show you the number of pages you have done in your application, and also the number of words that you have used. Like if you are making a project and you want to have maybe 200 words and about maybe 10 pages, this will always be showing us. So when I open your project, I don't need to go anywhere. I simply come here and check and find that, okay, we said you need 10 pages, you have 12. So definitely this one will give me at glance what is the content size of your publication. Then along this side, we have the zoom. The zooming section here normally is used to increase You can increase or decrease the size of your page when you are viewing it online. By that we mean when you are looking and you have a problem when maybe typing on it, you can click here and scroll. If you scroll to the right, you are right, you are increasing. If you scroll to the left, you are decreasing, and eventually you can be able to make it. Then we have the page layout view pattern. This particular pattern is mainly used to change. For your information, we are working, this particular window was taken when we were in normal view. Normally, when you are deciding your publication, you are in what you call normal view. But it comes a time you want to print your work, then you must go to what we call print view. So when you click on this particular area, it will give you different types of views that you can use. As we'll continue learning, you'll be able to see how we can be able to view our layout. Like now, if I was online and I click here, definitely this window will change. And then pick print preview, it will change it to a printing mode, which will enable me to see if I'm printing this content, is it going to fit on a paper or is it going to have problems? So basically that's the view of your window when you are open for the first time. And it's important for us to feel the feeling that these are areas that will be affecting us every day when we are working with the publisher. At the moment, we have done what is called overview. The overview means you only have some basic information on the various parts of the window. So the next challenge is that we will be embarking on how we work on all those areas so that we can achieve our goal. So allow me to proceed by giving you some theories. And these theories, you'll get them. Whatever I've spoken is now given in other, I just summarize it again. And we are saying the publisher environments consists of the taskbar, which contains the quick access tool. And then I talked about the date of bar, and I mentioned the name, and also I mentioned the name of the application and the file. Then also up there we have what we call the quick access tool, which we have actually talked about. If I can go back, I remember mentioning this is the net is a bit lower. It's taking time to load. But since I know you already have mentioned that, let me just proceed. Then the ribbon, I've shown you the area that consists of the menu and what? Just below the desktop bar that has the menu and also the buttons or the icons associated with it. The navigation page is the one that we said we can be able to basically click on a particular thumbnail and go to a particular page. The page area, this is where we enter our information, where we type, where we put objects. The status bar, this is where we're able to get the page layout views, which I've talked about, normal view, print view. Under that also, we can be able to get what I mentioned. We can know the number of pages you have done and the number of words you have done. Then zoom, I've shown you the section whereby you are able to increase the size of your window when you're working on it. You can increase from 100% to 200%, decreasing accordingly. Then also we have the section. Okay, this again the repetition was emphasizing on the quick access toolbar, and I mentioned that it's important to know that this is where you place the icons that you frequently use. Like now, if you are saving frequently, you put on the saving button there. If you normally you are opening files always, you can also do that. Then I said this, that area can be customized. The keyword customization means you can actually be able to remove and add icons that you want to use frequently. Then there is another area called the access to Park stage view. Access to the Park stage view, and the most common file management command. Now, for this particular point, I would like to say that this will be my last explanation for today. The keyword Park stage view. This term is mainly used in the most recent Microsoft Office applications. For your information, Park stage view, this is the section that is under the command file. And this particular Park stage view, it's very important in terms of managing your file that you're working on. And what is the importance in this case? In terms of saving this particular application file you're working on, in terms of opening it, in terms of printing it, you must use what you call the Park stage view. So our question comes in, Mwalim, what is this Park stage view? And how can we be able to work on it? Never mind, in due course, within 3-4 minutes, I'll be able to unfold this, and this will be able to mark the lesson for today. So basically, all this information, I can say that this is just a repetition of what we have been doing, what I've just explained. The scroll bar, the navigation bar, this repetition are mainly meant to get more insight of what is really the window we are working on. So if this window takes time to load, there's no problem on that. You will allow me now to particularly talk about the Park stage view, and indeed, I believe if I do that, I will have done justice to you. Otherwise, all these are repetitions of what I've explained. I feel like if I explain again several times, you might not feel that you might get confused. I want you to have the glance that I've explained about this. It's just you'll get these notes, go through them slowly, digest them, but at the end of the day, they all come back to what we have explained today. They come back to understanding that window of the publication. If there is no question, allow me now briefly to talk about the Park stage view, and I believe this will be marking the end of our lesson today, so that we continue well. If there is no question, you will allow me to proceed with the Park stage view of our presentation. Any question? Any question, class? You're all silent. Yes, all silent. I believe we are doing very well. So kindly try to communicate through the chat. Try to communicate through the chat whether you are okay, and we have learned and we are doing very well. And I can proceed with this particular term. You can see I'm still in. No, sir. Kawira Joy. And that's, yes, I can hear you. Ruth. Kawira Joy, can you be more specific kindly? Kindly, can you proceed? You have said no, so maybe elaborate on that. I should not proceed. Yes. And those who have the mic, can you unmute and speak to me? Those with the mic, there's no problem. Oh, no question. Okay, fine. That's okay, Joy. Okay, that's good. We can proceed. Okay, speak. Your mic is on. We proceed. Now, when you put the mic on, kindly just speak. Don't fear. You are part of this particular class, so you just talk. There's no problem on that. Very good question. What do you mean by the page navigation pane? All right. I will explain that. It's a good question. All right. There is this, there is this. I'm sure you're seeing a blank. I'm sure you're seeing a blank. There is this picture which is taking time to load. I could have shown you the notes in the notes. It is actually visible in your notes because of the internet connectivity. I'm sure this picture is not loading. There is a section on the left side where we have a small size of the page that is shown in your publication window. That area, if you have different pages, if you can have page 1, page 2, page 3, this is the area we normally refer to as the page navigation pane. And the purpose for this will enable you to actually, without wasting time, if I click on page 2, its content will appear here. If I click on page 1, its content will appear here. Basically, it enables you to move very quickly within your pages when you are working on them. And at the end of the day, you'll find that you are able to work well with your publication. Unfortunately, Murad, there is a challenge. This is not coming out. But I believe when you look on those notes, immediately after the steps, you'll get that image and you'll be able to get the page navigation section. I believe now, Mora, you are able to get, Joy, you are able to get a bit of the meaning confirmed so that I can be able to proceed. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Very well. Very good question. How to add a page? Yes. Martin, very good question also. We will do that. Page adding is very simple. We will be clicking on the page. There's a section whereby you have page 1, page 2, or page 1. You simply right click and add new page. We shall be doing that. In fact, that will be our next topic. Today, we are just trying to get understanding. So the next time we are going to see how we can be able to put objects in our window, how we can add another page, how we can delete pages, like that. So don't worry. In fact, once you open, you will get a section whereby simple you find add a page by right clicking is give you that command. I will be able to do that physically when we start the next lesson. That will be the designing lesson. Next week, that will be our work. Now we shall start adding content into our publication page. Am I okay, Martin? Am I okay? Okay, we will do that. Don't worry. It's a simple basic procedure. Okay. Ibrahim, Arna, yes, that name. The question was about how do you add a page. First and foremost, you must open MS Publisher. Then after opening MS Publisher, it comes with one page. Within that particular window, or that particular section of the publisher window, definitely there is a section where you can simply right click and add a page. And what I've said, this is going to be our next topic. We are going to see how we can be able to add content to objects, we are going to add pages and remove them. So basically, do not be worried about it. We will do that and it will be practical. And always what I like is that I am a bit systematic. I always go one by one. I don't like mixing up things. If this is a topic that is coming up and we are going to tackle it, I always work on that so that our students, our learners can always follow that this is what is happening, this is what's happening. That way things will be very okay. So it's a simple basic procedure which we will do as we proceed. So without further ado, let me go back to this particular Pike stage view so that I can give you more insight about it, and then we are having about 15 minutes. Those ones I'm sure they will assist us to learn about it. So allow me to upload content, bit of it, so that we can be able to proceed with it. Okay, class. I confirm to me that you are seeing the window at the moment. Confirm to me. Confirm whether you are seeing the window at the moment.
Yes.
Very well. April, there are those who are typing. All right. Now, let me briefly mention. This is now what we refer to as the backstage view window, and we are saying the file tab is used to perform such tasks as opening, closing up application, printing up application, or saving up application. When the file tab is selected, the Pack stage view will display. Now, the Pack stage view is the area where files and data about them is managed. Creating, saving, printing, sending to others, inspecting for hidden metadata or personal information, and setting options. So basically, class, when you click on the file command, when you be clicking on the file command, you are actually enabling the Pack stage view. And for your information, the Pack stage view consists of the following. We have what we call the information area, which is the first one, that normally tells you, this area will tell you about brief definition of what the your application is going to be talking about. Normally, this area is rarely used because normally it does not get used so much because it has what we call automatic information about the file you are making. So sometimes we don't use it so much because it does not affect us so much. But areas that I would like us to be concerned with, the areas that I would like us to be concerned with is what we call the new, open, save, save as, print, share, export, close, account, and option. So basically, I want to unfold what is the purpose of the new command. The new command will enable you. I want to be very brief again, and I like being brief because I don't want our learners to get problems when explaining. The new command normally is used to give you a chance to create a new blank publication. You are not able to see it, all of you? Yes, the page is blank. Huh? That's the challenge of technology. Yes, can I confirm? Can somebody else? Okay, good. Now let me proceed. The new command is normally used, and kindly we like you to take the points we give, because sometimes all those theories, when you read them later, they give you a lot of headache. But if you pick the points of the teacher, it saves a lot of time. It will save you a lot of time because you don't need again to, you can even paraphrase it in your own way. So the new command is normally used to do two major things: create a new blank publication or create app application using a template. Class, a new blank application is the one that, for example, we created initially that has nothing. That we are the user of that publisher. We want to start from scratch, designing this particular application page window from scratch. Or we use inbuilt features that have been placed in a particular set template. Then we can click new and then click template and then pick a particular template. Basically, the new command under the backstage view is normally used to enable us to create a new blank application or a template. The open command. Normally, simple. The open command is normally used to open the saved application that were created earlier on within your system from the storage locations. You simply click file open, then you locate your file, whether you saved in your flash disk, you open the flash. If you saved in your local disk C, which is the computer storage, you open the C, and then you be able to actually click on that application, it will open. Save command. The save command normally is used to save a file for the first time. And also, I want to demystify the following. There is save and save as. And these two terms always comes and they get confused. In fact, you'll find users of our applications, they will ask you, what is the difference between save and save as? And I would like to demystify that today, but you can save app application, which is new, using the command save as and save. But the two have a different meaning. And this one, I would like to be very clear on that. The save command, this one here, can be used to update. The keyword is updating. To update or override an existing file. If I can give you an example, if you have a packet of water, you put in water and then it reaches halfway, then you stop. Then after some time, you come and add some water to that packet. You are actually updating. The same case applies. If you create an app application today and then you save it, after saving it, you go home, then again tomorrow you come and open and add another page, and then after adding a page, you click on the command save, you are actually adding. Nothing will happen at that particular instant, but you will be adding another page to that particular file you saved yesterday, meaning you are updating. So please note that the save command is normally used to update or override an existing file. Then save as command. Save as command mainly has two major functions alongside saving a new file. And the major difference between the save and save as is that the save as command is normally used to save an existing file into a different location or give it a new name. Into a different location or give it a new name. Like if you open your application and you save that file 1, and you want to change the name to file 2, you simply click on the command file and then click on save as. Then a window save as will come. We'll be doing this practically, and then you can be able to save this file and enter a new different name. You can even, if it was in your flash disk, you can now move it to your desktop, use desktop, and then you will be able to move that file and give it a new name. Very important. So save as, you update. So the save as, you can save a application file, give it a new name or change its location. But for save, you simply have to use it for what we call, you can update or add or override an existing file. I hope I'm clear on that. If not, then I'll again repeat. Print command. Normally, this command is mainly used to produce the hard copy of this the content you are seeing on the screen. Hard copy is actually what is printed on a paper using a printer. So if you want to have hard copy of your work, of which you will be doing, like now when the media makes the soft copy, by that what you are seeing on the screen, and then they want to make mass production of the newspaper, then they must print. So they have to click on file and then click print and then continue configuring. We'll be looking at that. It's a very big lesson, how you can configure your printout, set the margins, and be able to print. What we mean by print preview, a very important point. Previewing means that you look at what's going to be printed and see whether it's actually what suits you. Otherwise, if you don't suit you, you can now stop printing before and make changes and then come back. Sharing. Yes, you can share your file through online. In other words, you can be able to email your file that you have worked on. Nowadays, you can see that we are moving digital, technology is taking part, mostly communication is remote. So you can share your file to somebody else like that. Then we have export. Export means you are moving it from particular format to another. You can change it, you can move it from publisher to Word. These are a different application. You can move it from publisher to what we call PowerPoint. So moving it from the current PowerPoint state as a PDF and then moving it to actually a presentation, you can do that. Close command. It's used normally to close the current file. But note that you don't close the application. You simply close only the file you opened, but the publisher will still remain opened. So this one is only used for closing the publication account. Now this one enables you to control this particular file. Actually, it talks about the owner of that file. Who is creating it? Who is the owner for this file? It is. Then we have options. This is mainly used. You can be able to actually create some security under this option. You can even put a password using this particular section. So basically, our intention today was to make you understand the meaning of the Park Stage View, which is brought in by clicking on File, and it has main features which we refer to as the main commands that you normally use to manage your file, which include new, open, save, save as, print, share, export, close, account, and option. If you can say that at least we have gotten an insight of that area, I will be able to appreciate, because our next lesson will be very practical. We shall be doing the practical bit of it, and we shall see on how we are following this. These notes, I'm going to upload them for you. Actually, we shall be going for another class. I'm going to upload them for you so that you can continue reading them. And I believe now that we are entering a technical area, it requires a lot of resilience and a lot of positive attitude so that we can make it. Class, if I stop here, I can say that you have gotten something small that you can take home for today. And if not, please let me know. So the forum is open to all of you. You can do the calling, the chatting. You can talk to me, and that way I'll really appreciate. Kindly, can we engage ourselves on that line? Let us have now the feedback for this particular session. I now, yes, Winfred is typing. Winfred, today you are on. That's very good. And I remember you need to have a recap because you missed the other lesson because of the problem of your sound systems. Yes, save time. I'm sure I'll be going for another class, but it's good that I give you some few minutes to get to have a feedback. Very important, extremely important. Those who have the mic, you can speak also. Don't fear. I like if you have the mic, kindly speak so that you don't. Okay, there's a lot of the. Okay, Martin, thank you for your sentiment. I really appreciate for that. I'm waiting for your feedback. Mara, yeah, welcome. It's a good sentiment. Welcome. All right. Yes, welcome also. A good sentiment too. You're welcome, Job. You're welcome. Dungo, you're welcome. The students, Dungo, welcome. Lucy, also welcome. Welcome. Welcome, Winfred. Welcome. Good. Yes, we have a bit of other members. Kindly, that I'll leave the session after every person have gotten all of the feedback. Okay. Don't worry, Abraham. We are there. We are there for you. Do not worry. I think this is the first time you have the session. We will continue. We'll update you. We shall give you a recap course. By that we mean we will prepare for another lesson which we will unfold. We will not leave you behind, Abdi. Raham, we will be with you. Don't worry. Take heart. Things will be okay. My brother, I don't know, is my brother or our sister? You'll have to tell me. So don't be worried. Okay, Janet. All right. Thank you. Kawira, thank you. Mangi, thank you. Okay. I believe we are done very well for today. And I want to thank you for your coming and for your time. I really appreciate. Don't take it for granted. We are going to proceed like this. We will be our brothers and sisters keeper. I will be putting more information on the platform for your discussions, for your chats. You can log in, and kindly, I had given you a quiz. If you have not done that quiz, kindly do them. Those quizzes are important because sometimes they add up to our final grade. We normally use them. Although we shall be giving you specific and visual assignments, also the quiz are very important. So if you have not attempted, I will still open it so that you can still attempt it. And then at the end of the day, we shall be happy together. I wish you a good day and a good understanding for your next lessons. I believe you have more lessons. We shall be meeting in all the platforms in WhatsApp. We shall be meeting also in our platform for other sessions. Kindly just keep in touch and stay safe. With those few remarks, allow me to end the session and then wish you well. Till we meet again, bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. Bye for now. All right. I'm still waiting for you to wind up. It's okay. Bye. Bye. See you. Oh, okay. What was the system working on? I think the server was having a challenge. They were looking at the server. I think we need let them work on it first, and then we shall see. Yeah, the routing. I think the routing address is okay. Maybe we. Yeah, yeah. The router is okay. It's fine. I think the switch might be looked at. Okay. All right. Okay. Then I think I may proceed to the other class.